Hello friends, welcome back. In this video, we are going to see some useful tips for using Flyme OS, which is running on Meizu M2, which we unboxed a few days before. Without any further delay, let's learn the tips. I'm Thames and you're watching HowiSiT. In settings, icons are lined up on the left hand side, and while sliding to the right you will find the corresponding names of each icons. And going into the settings and about the Flyme version is 4.5, which is running on top of Android Lollipop 5.1. This mobile contains just only one button, and to know more about this button, let's check some details. And while pressing this button lightly, just like a feather touch, you will get back to the previous menu, and while pressing it harder it will take you to the home page. Because of this mobile which is having just a one button, it will take some time to get familiar with these button types. And to explain you more further, let me demonstrate one other example. So I've been in some options, and while just pressing it back, it just gets me back. So this is called feather touch. Just tap on it and it will get you back, and while pressing it harder like this, it will get you to the home page. If you press this button for more than 1 second, it will lock the phone, and after locking, if you press the same, it will light up the lock screen where you can unlock the device, and you can find the time and easily find the notifications of the same. Go to settings and accessibility, where you can find gesture Wakeup and smart touches features are available. By going into gesture Wakeup, you will find some gesture Wakeup is defaultly turned off, so turn it on. After turning it on, you will find some handful of gestures available down under, like double tap, single tap, and tapping to wake up. And I've already switched on the double tap to wake button. And there are plenty of more options that are also available just by sliding horizontally, sliding vertically, and a handful of painting graphics is also available. By just going into painting graphics C, it's currently turned on, and after turning it on, I'm setting it to camera. So let's lock and try whether it's working or not. While drawing C on the lock screen, camera just open up so quickly without having any lags, so that's worked flawlessly. So you can use the same technique to open your favorite apps, and there is no default apps which is prefixed for these graphics, so you can choose the apps depending upon your taste and your usage. So coming on to the next, smart touches. After switching it on, you will find this white dot in all the screens. By clicking on the white dot, it will go back, and double tapping will close the current app. And there are plenty of more options available. You can check that in this screen itself. So you can hold it to move and slide up to go to the home screen, and sliding down will take you to the notification bar. And you can also use the same from sliding left or right to move between the multitasking apps which you are already using. Let me show you how to use this smart touch. So while touching the smart touch, you can use it. While scrolling up, you can go to the home screen, and while scrolling it to the left or right, you can go to the multitasking option, and while scrolling it from top to down, it will give you the notification bar. Scrolling to the top will get you to the home screen, and while double tapping, it will close the app which you are currently in. So let's check that out. So this is the way it will work. Now coming on to the most important tip of all, we will check how the multitasking works in this mobile. So besides the button on left and right hand side, while you swipe from the down to top, you will get the multitasking. So let's swipe up, and you will see all the multitasking apps that are there, and swiping the app upwards will close the app permanently, and while swiping it down, it will close all the apps that are running on the back side. It will take some time to get familiar with, and to switch off this smart touch, you can use the navigation bar, and where you can switch off the smart touch button. In settings, we will go to the sound options, and we will find some quick tips there. So there is fade in options available, and where you can use the fade in options to really improve the audio soundness. By going into D&D mode, you will find some handful of options available where you can play around with it to get used to it. Plenty of more options are also available in sound options, so you should just look around that. So if you want to turn off the system sounds, you can go there, and there are plenty of options available where you can also turn off the shutter sound for camera is also available, so do know that. Moving on to the display settings, you will find the adaptive brightness is available where it works pretty awesome, and the outdoor conditions also really good. Other options like dynamic blurring is available where you can increase the intensity like high, medium and low. So I am setting it to high, and where you can test the blurriness of the image while scrolling. So you can change that to high, medium and low depending upon your usage. Next up is color temperature, where we can move from warm to cold depending upon your usage, and this is a great option for many people who would like to switch between the color temperatures in outdoor conditions and indoor conditions. So moving on, next we will see the wireless display. So if you have some wireless display, you can use this option. These are some pretty handful of options that are available in display settings, so you can play around with it to make sure that you will get the best display out there. So by tapping on the screen, you will see this screen where you can add widgets, and you can see all the widgets that are available, and the total number of pages that are already available will be on top. So you can add these widgets. You can also install some widgets from Play Store itself. So there is another shortcut for going into adding widgets is just by swiping it like this, and you will get the same option. For arranging the icons, you can use this option where you can see that you can arrange from either from top or from the bottom. So these two options will be available for you. Depending upon your selection, it will either arrange in the top or in the bottom. Next up we will see Painter app, which is pre-installed in this Flyme OS, and there are also some pre-installed images over there, and you can also play around with it. You can either draw by using your own custom images, so you can use this paint option and you can play around with to know more about this. For stabilizing and improving the battery performance and phone performance, we need to check that background running apps and some other security issues. So because of that, they have already provided the security center where you can use this cleaner to clean those background running apps and clean junk files and temporary files. So most of the options were available. For getting better battery backup, you can use these two options. Depends upon your usage, you can select either one of that and it will give you better battery backup. And the app management is also available, so you can use this management and make sure that you will get the better battery backup by stabilizing the app sections. This security center holds a lot more options than what we can expected. There is also permission app is also available that you can shift upon your choice, and playing around with this security center, you can get the better battery backup and more performance in this particular mobile using the Flyme OS. So going into the personalize option where you need to log in with your ID first, and most of the themes and customization object is also available from Chinese only. So because of this Flyme OS, which is new to Indian market and global market, so most of the themes and customization object are built in with Chinese fonts. So make sure that you get some English fonted apps. So it is very much difficult to find out with this kind of approach, but still you can't able to get the best out of this customization object if you can't find any English version. Next we will move on to the music section. So this is a pre-built music player that is available in Flyme OS, and the sound output of this mobile is really good by using in the Flyme OS default player. And after connecting with your AirPods, you will be able to see this use equalizer option will be enabled by default, but I have not used any earplugs, so it is not turned on. And you will also use this Dirac HD sound where you can get the better quality out of your headsets, so make use of that. Moving on to the notification bar, we won't get any shortcuts for going into the settings, so that's the big disadvantage of this Flyme OS. So if you want to go to settings, you have to go to the home button and you have to go to the settings. Next up, if you want to switch between any of these shortcuts, just press and hold on the icon, it will pop up, drag it to the position where you want to change, and it will swap the icons by itself. So these were the few tricks which we want you to know and want you to use this and make use of. So if you want me to do any other video, or if you want to see any other comparison video, do hit me out in the comment section below. If you like this video, hit like button and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. If you have any questions buying online or buying choosing in between the mobiles, do let me know in the comment section below. We'll definitely try to help you out. This is Naim signing off. Hope to see you in the next video.